ground, man, the leader. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers. Race with the stars out. Not a boarded house. Get deported out. Moved out for a shot. Marvin the Martian. I'ma put your brain up for auction. Proceed with caution. Skeleton AP is frosted. I sit back and read the offense. Was it did it the faucets? Chanel bag is ostrich. Stay down, come up in the process. Private jet, yeah. The same diamond milk, yeah. I'ma keep the on welfare. The pink stone real. Bling bling blow, yeah. Mama got style, yeah. Chanel reptile player. On Mars, gotta get the grace of the God. 3 rock stars, nobody seeing the gang on guard. Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying goals now. Now smash. That's and goes. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't ski. Splash. Think about posting up on the ground, man. The leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. Think about posting up on the ground, man. The leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers.
It's one of them ones, man. You just in the car, man. It's like when you in the car, you just think about everything, man. Definitely when you by yourself and you just cruising on the highway, man. Yeah, this got me thinking. On that cap, swerving through traffic, listening to trap. My windows ain't tinted, so notice me. 4 braids, Yankee fitted, yeah, know it's me. I'm everywhere comfortable, but I'm still attentive. A young with money will make offended. I ain't flashy, I'm classy, but I ain't stupid either. Never show up to that's hungry and eager. My brother's keeper, I'm loyal, it's all in my demeanor. A true believer, I believe when they didn't believe her. That's why I don't let opinions affect me. I do what I want to do. If they do or they don't accept me, they expect me to give up. I almost did.
All right, Coach, from the home of the Bills since 1973, there's a look at New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Buffalo Bills. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? That'll be taken in the end zone. And we've got a penalty marker down here as he's able to get this only to the 20-yard line. Yeah, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Rodgers now on first down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. How it's long distance now? Let's go to that play.
319!
Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they work this out past the 25. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
You know, I have to be really happy after that play. The offensive line, to be able to create space space in that situation when everything's jammed in and everyone knows you're going to run it, that's a big-time play.
Yeah, because you're probably just thinking, hey, let's get to the 4 or 5 and get some breathing room, right?
That's all you're asking for. That's all your punter's asking for. Instead, he's not necessary now.
That's fine. Yeah.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
19.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. That is incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
58.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. First carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
They didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Come back, come back. Richmond.
Watson now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Hey, check 26. Look at this.
A second down run for Abdullah. Amir Abdullah. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Amir Abdullah, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills have taken the early lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Hauschka with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Fournette, a first down carry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Over the middle, complete. That's Powell. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On first down, it's Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Hey, check 26. No, 319.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. A dump off for Abdullah. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Over.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage.
Fine. Yeah. No. 319. Oko, over here. 319.
On first down, Abdullah. And he stopped immediately there. In on the stop, Vernon Hargreaves. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete...
That's fine. Yeah. Here we go. 58.
Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers flushed out right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Hey, 88. Back to north.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That's the first catch of the game for Goodwin. It's a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Zoom. Box it.
On first down, Rodgers. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
319.
Now a give. This is Abdullah. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
319. 158.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep over the... And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Marquise Goodwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will extend their lead. And Trials, the defender, was there. He just didn't get it.
Sometimes these plays turn into basketball in a sense, with 2 guys going up for the football. Which guy's going to box the other away from it and grab it?
Yeah, I know you hear it a lot, but it's just the will to get it, right?
Oh, without a doubt, the will as well as some really nice touch on the ball that was thrown.
And some talent, too. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there and gets the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
To throw is Watson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Now a stoppage here for an injury. And oh boy, that looks to be the quarterback, Watson. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
Gun! Set! Green 39! Green 39!
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Detroit!
They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away. Looking long for Westbrook. This is caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Point after try forthcoming. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Malik McDowell breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
319.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
319.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He goes underneath to Abdullah. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Rodgers now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10.
Jump out! 319! 319!
And again, it's Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Goodwin. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Rodgers to throw once more. Forced out to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And Hauschka's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And now out come the Jags. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Gone! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And out across midfield down to the 45. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
319! 319!
A final shot before half for Rodgers. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
So this is a real,
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about team script.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Abdullah, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
One thing that you find out on a sweep play is the fortitude of the people running it, because that is a run, and then there's some contact when you finally get to the edge, and those guys who can hold that point of attack and hold up on that contact, they create the plays that we just saw there. Really nice play by the defensive guys.
Now Rodgers looking to throw on second down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Jumbo! Now, Liz.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Well, the Jaguars getting set to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Gone! Here we go now.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Dumps it off to Fournette. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And some room to maneuver. The 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. In for the score. And the Jaguars are back within a score.
A lot of times when you take a tight end in later rounds, you're doing it with a little bit of hope, some potential. But not so with this guy. They believe he can really make an impact in the red zone, and he definitely makes good on that faith right there.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will get him one closer. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee. That's the 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that one a hold right guard. And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Following the penalty, Abdullah. And Abdullah lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in a running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile.
319. Zoom. Here we go, G. Yeah, Liz.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Buffalo. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's a give to Fournette. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jags are an extra point away from taking the lead. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. Now this time, Rodgers will throw. Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Rodgers to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Bills on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 2.
3 down. Good. Wide. Get wide.
They'll run here. Abdullah. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
319.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He may try and run for this. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On the sneak, Rodgers. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
That's fine. Yeah.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Room to run inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. throw with Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Pass incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
We got three, fellas. 319.
A handoff to Abdullah. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 at the 19. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
319. Gun. Hold. Gun. Hurry up.
Rodgers going to throw again. Being chased out left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
319.
Rodgers again now. Steps away to his left. Goodwin able to haul it in. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Counting down to 30 seconds remaining.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. And now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about...
Somebody call for the queen.
I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got this streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's some truancy about it.